FPL Physio here, and Game Week 16 is over, and we can start looking into Game Week 17. In Game Week 16, I got 79 points, pretty decent. I did get a red arrow, so now I'm down to 216 overall, which is still really good. I think my plan is just to try and stay in top 500 for a long time. The longer the time I stay in top 500, I think I will kind of cement my spot there. But defensively, anything but Virgil did horrible. Arsenal lost their clean sheet, of course, as you all know, in the dying minutes against Wolves. Foden, Bruno, Saka all performing a haul, which is great, but we're at that point where almost everyone in the top owns these three players. Haaland also with his 13 pointers. You all know how this game week was and did, so let's jump right into my planning here. This is my team for game week 17. It looks, I think it looks decent. I think I'm in a position where I don't necessarily need to use any transfers, but I gotta say, I want to use. So the one I'm looking at here is Anderson or Enzo. Enzo away against Newcastle and has some pretty bad fixtures coming up. But his underlines is great. His underlines is amazing. So I'm really split between having to deal with Enzo or having to deal with Anderson. I think that I think right now I'm in a position where I'm mainly thinking about Anderson. He has some great expected minutes, but his ceiling is not that high, I would say. So what I'm looking at is, of course, let's just first take a look at game week 17 here. As you can see, Manchester City is projected to have 2.89 expected goals against West Ham. So, of course, Haaland will be the captain of my team. Also, very high projected clean sheet. And the same can be said about Arsenal. High projected clean sheet. Everton away, but Everton also have some injury problems and players going to AFCON. Other than that, Bournemouth home against Burnley, 2.05 expected goals and a projected clean sheet of 0.43. Any Bournemouth player would be a decent, not any. But if you're contemplating getting Semenyo in, I think it would be a decent pick. But do remember that he's on 4 yellow cards. What is else interesting here? Brighton home against Sunderland, projected goal 1.87. I think worth noticing is that Crystal Palace actually is only projected to have 1.25 expected goals against Leeds. Yeah. The software or the web app I use here is will be linked in the description. I did agree to partner up with them because I use it all the time. Anyway, my transfer thoughts so far is are these, and I can see that I'm way too big here. There you go. So currently it's Anderson out and in with Jeremy Pino from Crystal Palace. And I think it's a very interesting case because we have Anderson, whose expected minutes is very high. I can count on him, and especially during Christmas schedule and Christmas period, I think it's very important to have players that actually play. And that can be said about Anderson. It's a bit more uncertain with Pino. But let me show you some stats. So Pino's stats from the last 5 game weeks is really great. Points wise, not great. But mainly I look at underlying stats, and then at some point, I hope, that the underlying stats will match the points, if you can say so. Just look at City at home. Expected goal involvements 1 against City. Away against Fulham 0.44. Away against Burnley 0.23. He did only play 63 minutes. Home against United 0.45. And away against Wolves 64, I think. Those are good freaking stats. I mean, those are the like, and being a differential with only ownership of 0.3%, this is nasty in a good way. So if you look at the last 5 game weeks here, this is also from the website I just talked about. I'll link it in the description. You can see historic data, and I've chosen to look at the last 5 game weeks, and I've sorted it to non-penalty expected goal involvements. And we have Foden on top. Okay, I got him. Haaland is second. Got him. Bruno is third. Got him. Now fourth is Pino. So amongst all players, Pino is fourth in the last 5 game weeks, with 3 game weeks that are really solid coming up. He's owned by 0.3% of all managers. His price is 5.8. I mean, the only risk I have here is that his expected minutes might be around the 75 mark, and will Crystal Palace start to rotate, because they have the Conference League, they have the Cups, they have Premier League, but they also have Ismail Assar away for AFCON. I think Kamara, I think his name is, has just been injured and is out for 3 weeks, I think. So hopefully Pino is nailed, but of course, I don't know. Also interesting to see Ivan Nilsson here. Just underlying stats is just apparently great. He did also score yesterday against United. Some other route I'm contemplating is selling Enzo and buying Semenyo, but that would be for a 1 week punt. And I don't think I have enough transfers to go for 1 week punts. I have 3 transfers, but I probably would sell Semenyo as soon as he, of course, get booked again, because he's on 4 yellow cards. But this is a route you could go with if you're into playing aggressively and you have enough transfers. If I had 4 or 5 transfers, I would probably go this route. Semenyo is an amazing pick for next game week, home against Burnley. But a long-term buy, I don't think Semenyo is. On 4 yellows, decent fixtures coming up, maybe a bit bad. His underlying stats were actually pretty bad yesterday against United, even though he did score. But yeah, that's another route I'm contemplating. Not that interested going that way right now. My overall plan is to go sell Anderson and buy Pino for next game week. And then in game week 18, sell Reinildo. He's off to AFCON. I've never played him in my team. He's just dead spot. And then buy Michael Keane. The buy of Michael Keane would mean that I would be stacking up on both Everton and Arsenal defenders. So of course, if those 2 teams, they keep a clean sheet, I'm in for a massive game week. Also, I think Everton assets are overlooked. I think try and look into their fixtures from game week 18 and until game week 23, I think. Amazing fixtures. And Brandwaite is out, and I'll write an injury post about when I predict him to be back, because I think he'll be out for a couple of weeks, if not 6 weeks more. So I think Michael Keane is still a solid pick for the coming game weeks. Thank you for watching. We're overall ranked 216, I think it was. So we're doing great. Leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.